Hi friends, welcome to week number 5 of the Spring Crochet Along for what I am calling the Spring Things Throw. So we have 46 rounds completed, 4 weeks recorded, and for today we will be including the final 4 stitches we received from spinning the wheel on the most recent Sunday live. Those 4 stitches are the double crochet, the shell stitch, the half double cross stitch, and the extended single crochet. Before we begin, I'm just going to give you a brief look at the project from beginning until the end of week 4. So this is the center. We've seen a lot of this, and it brings us to the first ridge. This completed week 1. Okay, and then from ridge to ridge, here's the second ridge. There's the first one. So this here was week number 2. And if we slide some more, we have ridge to ridge. This is all week number 3. And then ridge to ridge, week number 4. Okay, so every stitch is accounted for. I've been counting stitches for the entire project. So as I mentioned in week number 4, if you are still counting stitches at this point, just go directly to the show notes, and that is where you will find all of the stitch counts for every single row. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started in this corner right here. It's the upper corner, and we're going to take the work and pull it diagonally right over here. And this is where our starting point will be for week number 5. Okay, so if you remember last week, we worked on the back side for the last 2 rows. So we're now working with the right side facing us. And so the stitch anatomy may look a little wonky because, we're working in the back, but that is okay. Everything will still work itself out perfectly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start round number 47 with the extended single crochet. And to begin, we're going to go ahead and create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I'm doing it. And what we need to do is we're going to do an extended single crochet right into this corner. So we're going to go into the corner, draw up a loop, yarn over, go only through 1, yarn over, and go through 2, just like that. From here, we're going to go ahead and work into this little section right here. So we're going to insert our hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. And we're going to do extended single crochets for every stitch of the round. Go through 1, go through 2. I'm going to do a few silently so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so continue doing this, extended single crochets, and I will see you at the first corner. Okay friends, so I am at the first corner. I have 1 more stitch to go here before we get into the corner. So I'm going to do my extended single crochet. And then I'm going to go into this corner with just 1 extended single, 2 chains, swivel this around, and then we're going to go back into the corner with 1 extended single. So for all the corners of the extended single crochet, it's just going to be 1 extended single, 2 chains, and 1 extended single. And then from here, we just have to remember to go into this first little space there to give this first stitch an upstairs neighbor. So we're going to insert our hook there, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. And we're going to continue doing that for every stitch of the round, just like that. So continue doing this, and I will see you at the end of round number 47. Okay? Okay friends, so I am approaching the end of round number 47. I have 2 stitches remaining. So let me just go ahead and do extended single crochets for those 2 stitches. It's 1 and then 2. Now you'll see this little part here that looks like the head of a stitch. Remember, as I mentioned, the prior round was worked in the opposite direction that we're currently working in. So yes, that is a head to a stitch according to the anatomy from looking at it on this side. But since we're working on this side, it's no longer considered the head of a stitch. So we're going to not put a stitch in there, okay? So we're going to go right into the corner and do an extended single crochet, just like that. We do have the very first stitch of the round, which is right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around, and then we're going to join to the very first stitch of the round to complete round number 47. So the first stitch of the round is right here. We're going to go right into that piece right there, drop a loop, and slip to close. And that's what it should look like. Okay? So for round number 48, it's going to be another round of extended single crochets. To begin, we're just going to chain 1, and then we're going to go right into that very stitch that we just came out of and do an extended single crochet. So we're going to drop a loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, and go through 2. And we're going to do that for every stitch of the round. Just remember, every corner will receive 1 extended single crochet, chain 2, 1 extended single crochet. So continue on with this, and I will meet you at the very first corner just to make sure that you guys have it. So continue on with this, and I will meet you at the first corner. Okay, friends, I am at the first corner of round number 48, and just to make sure that you're okay going forward, we're going to go into the chain space of the corner and do an extended single. We're going to chain 2, and then we're going to swivel our work around, and then we're going to go into the corner here and do an extended single, just like that. Okay, now we want to make sure that every stitch has an upstairs neighbor, including this one right here. And if you see, there's this triangle here, so we're going to go into that triangle and do an extended single to give that very first stitch of the round an upstairs neighbor, and then we're going to continue on doing extended single crochets. It's very simple, very easy. Grab 1 and then grab 2. Perfect. So continue on with this, and I will see you all at the end of round number 48. Just a reminder, in the corners, it's 1 extended single crochet, chain 2, 1 extended single crochet. Okay? So continue on with that, and I will see you at the end of round number 48. Okay, friends, so I am nearing the end of round 48. So I have 1 stitch before the corner to go into with the extended single. So we're going to go in and finish that up. And then we're going to go into the corner with 1 extended single, 2 chains, and 1 extended single. So let's go ahead and take care of that. 2 chains. I'm going to swivel this around. And then we're going to go back into that corner with an extended single. And to complete round number 48, we're going to connect to the very first stitch of the round, which is right here. So we're going to go into that stitch, drop a loop, and slip to close. And that ends round number 48. So for round number 49, we are going to do the half double cross. So to get started, what we are going to do is chain 2, just like that. And then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to work into the very next stitch with a half double crochet. So after you do your half double crochet, you're going to yarn over and then go back into the stitch we just came out of, which is right in between my thumbs. You're going to go back into that stitch and do a half double, just like that. And from here, we're going to skip the first stitch and go into the second one. half double crochet, and then you're going to yarn over and go back into the stitch that we skipped and do a half double. And we're going to continue doing that for the round. So again, half double, you're going to yarn over, skip this first stitch, go into the second one here, drop a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. Yarn over, go into the skipped stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3. And just continue doing that, just like that. It may be a little tricky, and that is okay. You will get the hang of it, and what you'll see is these little crosses. They're half double crosses. Okay, so continue with this, and I will meet you at the first corner. All right? Okay, friends, so here we are at the first corner. I have 1 stitch remaining and then the corner. So what we're going to do is we are going to skip the last stitch here and go right into the corner. So we are going to do a half double into the corner, and then we're going to backtrack into the stitch we just skipped over and do a half double. And then now we're going to go back into the corner here and do a half double. And then we're going to chain 2. So that's what it's looking like. You have a half double cross here with half of the cross in the corner. And then we have a half double and then a chain 2. And now we're going to swivel our work around. And then we're going to go back into that corner with another half double. Just like that. Okay. So from here, we're going to go into the very first stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go into the first stitch, half double, and then now we're going to go back into the corner. So yarn over and go into the corner and do a half double. And that's what it should look like. So we have the half double cross here where half of it is in the corner, and then half double, chain 2, half double, and then we have a half double cross where half of it is in the corner. And feel free to rewind and replay that. But yes, this is how you're going to do every corner of this round, and also the next round, because round number 50 is also the half double cross. Okay, so from the corner here, you're just going to continue on doing the half double cross, where you're going to skip the very next stitch and go into the following one there, half double, yarn over and go back into the skipped stitch right there and do a half double, just like that. Yarn over and skip, go into the next one there, half double, yarn over, and then backtrack into the skipped stitch and do a half double there. Okay, so continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of round number 49. Okay, friends, so we're about to end round number 49, so we just have to get through this corner here. So I have 1 stitch left on the side, and then the corner, and then just the remainder of what's left here. So what we want to do is go right into the corner and do a half double, just like that. And then we want to backtrack into the stitch we just skipped. So yarn over and go into that stitch we skipped, do a half double, and there's your cross. Next, we want to go into the corner to do a standalone half double. And from here, we want to chain 2, swivel our work around, go into the corner with a standalone half double, just like that. And now we're going to do a half double cross with half of the cross in the stitch, half of the cross in the corner. So we're going to yarn over and go into this stitch right here. That's in the stitch, and then now we're going to backtrack into the corner. So yarn over and go into the corner here with a half double. And there we have it. From here, what we want to do is create our last half double cross. So what we want to do is yarn over and go into the very first stitch here that the chains came out of and do a half double cross. And now what we want to do is go into this skipped stitch right here. You're going to yarn over and go into that space on the other side and create a half double, and that will give you a cross just like that. So to close out round number 49, what we need to do is go into the very first stitch, which is right here. You have the 3 chains here, but you want to go into the actual head of the stitch, picking up the front loop and the back loop. And you're going to drop a loop and slip to close, and that will end round number 49. Okay, so now for round number 50, we're doing another round of half double crosses, but we're going to be working on either side of the crosses and not into the actual stitches above here. So in other words, it's going to be a stacked half double cross. So we're going to start right here at this cross. First, what we want to do is chain 2. It does not count towards anything. Now what we want to do is we want to always work on the far side first and then the near side second to create that cross on top of the cross. So we're going to yarn over and go onto this side of the cross and do a half double. Then yarn over and come to this side of the cross and do a half double. And that's what we have there. So let's do that again. We want to work on the far side first and then the near side second. So let's yarn over and go to this side and do a half double. Then yarn over and come to this side and do a half double. If you notice, the crosses are stacked on top of one another. Super nice. One more time, and this time I'm not going to speak, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. And so that is what you want this to look like. Okay, so continue with this, and I will see you at the very first corner. Okay friends, I'm approaching the first corner, and this is kind of what we're looking like with the stacked crosses. Super nice. Okay, so I just have one cross here to go, so I'm just going to take care of that very quickly. Half double there, yarn over and come to this side, half double, just like that. And then we have this standalone here. So what we want to do is we want to do a half double cross on either side of the standalone. So we're going to yarn over, go on this side here, half double, yarn over and go on this side of the standalone and do a half double. Just like that. From here, we're just going to do one half double, standalone there, chain 2. Let's swivel our work around. And then we're going to do a half double, standalone, just like that. And then we're going to work on either side of this standalone from the previous round. So we're going to start by going into the far side here with a half double. So yarn over, go on this side of the standalone, just like that. Yarn over and come back into the corner to do the other half of that cross. Just like that. Feel free to rewind and replay if you're not sure, but you're doing a half double cross on either side of this standalone stitch here. Then you're going to do a half double, chain 2, half double, and then a half double cross on either side of this standalone right here. Okay, and then from here we're just going to continue working on either side of the crosses like we have been on the first side, just like that. Super easy, super simple. Perfect. Okay, so continue doing this, and I will meet you at the end of round number 50. Okay friends, so I am nearing the end of round number 50. I have one half double cross to stack on top of the ones we're looking at here. I went around the last corner, we did half double cross in that standalone there, and then we did a half double, chain two, half double, then we went ahead and repeated what we did on this side, which is a half double cross on top of that standalone. And then we went ahead and stacked this, and now we need to stack this. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to yarn over, go on this side of the cross, do a half double, just like that, yarn over, and come back to this side and do a half double, just like that. Now from here, what we want to do is chain into this stitch here. So this is the first cross, the half double cross of the round. We're going to go ahead and go into the head of that very first stitch, drop a loop, and slip to close. And that's what it should look like. Okay, so for round number 51, we're going to do double crochets. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go into the next stitch right here, drop a loop and slip, and then we're going to go into the space in between the crosses, drop a loop and slip. Now from here, we're going to start by chaining 3, and that chain 3 is counting as a stitch. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in between the crosses. So it's going to be twins in a stitch in between the crosses. So we're going to yarn over and go in and just do a double crochet, and then hop over to this side and do 2 double crochets, just like this. And we're going to continue doing that for the entire round. Double crochets in between the crosses, twins in a stitch, just like that. So continue doing this, and I will see you at the first corner. Okay friends, so I am approaching the first corner of round number 51. I'm still doing double crochets in between the crosses. 2 double crochets in between every half double cross, like that. I have one more set to go. So this is what it's looking like so far. And now I have the corner here. So in the corner, you're going to do 2 double crochets, just like that. You're going to chain 2, and then we're going to swivel the work around. It's getting pretty big at this point. And now what we need to do is go back into that corner with 2 double crochets, just like that. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets right there in that space in between the standalone and the half double cross. And if you look, it'll match because we did 2 doubles on this side. We needed to do 2 doubles on that side for it to balance out. And then now we will continue doing 2 double crochets on either side of the crosses. It's very simple, very easy, and it should look like this. Okay, so continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of round number 51. Okay friends, so we are at the end of round number 51. I went around the last corner here. This is what we're looking like. And now what we need to do is do 2 double crochets in between these 2 crosses here. I know there's a chain space there, but that's fine. We're going to pretend as if that doesn't exist. Just do 2 half double crochets, just like that. And from here, what we need to do is go into that top chain. So When we started this round, we started with a chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. We want to go into that top chain, draw up a loop, slip to close. And from here, we're going to chain 2. Now, we need to cut off and start back into a corner, preferably not this one because we just ended the round here. So what we need to do is cut a tail, just like that. We're going to pull the hook away from our work, and we're going to squeeze these 2 chains down into our work, just like that. Okay, so that ends round number 51. So for round number 52, we're going to move on to the shell stitch. And so I'm going to place us on a brief pause. I'm going to sew in our tail and bring us to the next corner. Okay friends, welcome to round number 52. This is the last round of our project. It is the shell stitch, and it is our finishing row because I am adding picots to the shells to give it its finishing touch. So the picots are completely optional, but this is the last row of our project. So I'm going to be starting into this corner right here for our last and final row. And so I'm going to bring the project all the way to the end here. It's grown significantly since the beginning. Okay, so we are in this corner right here. And what we need to do is we need to create a slip knot on our hook. Let me bring the hook over here and the yarn. And so however you do this is absolutely fine, but this is how I do it. Okay, so I'd like to leave a little bit of a tail here that I can sew in later. So to start, what we need to do is go into the corner with a standing single. So let me just walk us through that. So you're going to go in, drop a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through both loops, just like that. From here, we're going to chain 2, and this will count as a double crochet. So what we need to do in this corner is add 3 more double crochets. So that's 1, it's 2, and that's 3. Okay, so in total we have 4 double crochets in the corner. And from here we're going to skip these 2 stitches, and we're going to come over to this set of twins right here. So skip this set of twins and come over here to this set of twins. And what we need to do is go in between the twins and make a single crochet, just like that. From here, we're going to skip this set of twins and come over to this set of twins. And we're going to do a series of double crochets, 7 in total. But first, we're going to do 3 double crochets, just like that. And then in the 4th double crochet, we're going to add a little touch to that. So let's make our double crochet as per normal. And so from here, what we need to do is chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now what we need to do is go back to the first chain, draw up a loop, and slip to close. And it'll be a little picot on top of that shell. And from here, we're going to add 3 more double crochets into this set of twins right here. So let's go ahead and do that. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And that's what it's looking like. So let's skip this set of twins and come over to this set of twins and do a single crochet. So that's what that looks like. Super nice. Let's do some more. And again, the picots at the top of the shells are completely optional, but it gives it a nice little touch. So what we want to do is skip this set of twins and come over to this set of twins. And we're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Now in the fourth double crochet, once we do the double crochet, the fourth one, we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to insert our hook into the first chain, draw up a loop, and slip to close. And it's a little picot on top of our shell. And then we're going to do 3 more double crochets inside of the twins that we're working out of. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3, just like that. Okay, so after you finish your shell, you're going to skip the next set of twins and come over to this next pair here. So skip these, come over here, go in between, and do a single crochet. So far, that's what we're looking like. Super nice. So let's go ahead and move further. I will do one more set with you. So we're going to skip this set of twins and move on to this set of twins. We're going to do 3 double crochets right inside the twins, just like that. Let's do the fourth one, but on top of the fourth one here, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to go into the first chain, draw up a loop, slip to close. And then we're going to go back into that same stitch and do 3 more double crochets. It's 1, it's 2, and then 3. Just like that. Okay, so continue on with this pattern and I will meet you at the first corner. Okay friends, so I'm approaching the first corner here, and this is what it's looking like. Super nice. Okay, so depending on whether or not you're counting stitches, you should land somewhere like this, where you have 2 twins left. Now, you may have just 1 twin left coming out of the single crochet, but no more than 2. So from here, what you want to do, if you have 1 or 2 left, then go straight into the corner. But if you're doing a single crochet and you have 3 left, then what you want to do is insert another shell in between the 2 empties there. Okay? So, yeah. If you have less than 3, in which case I do, I have 2 twins left, we're going to jump right into the corner and start our corner piece. So to do the corner piece, you're going to yarn over, go into the chain space, and do a double crochet, just like that. And we're going to do 4 double crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now for the 5th one, we're going to do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a picot. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to go back to the first chain, insert our hook, draw up a loop, and slip to close. And then now we're going to go back into the corner here and do a total of 4 more double crochets. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. So that's what our corner is looking like. Super nice. And then from here, what we want to do is skip the first one and go into the second set of twins there. Go right in between and do a single crochet. So coming out of the corner, you're going to skip over 2. Going back in, you're only skipping 1 because remember, we're working in a rectangle, so all 4 sides are not equal. So again, we're skipping 2 twins. Depending on how you land, like I mentioned, you're either going to have 1 set of twins left or 2. And so if you have 1 or 2, you're going right into the corner. You're going to do 4 double crochets. And then in that 5th one, you're going to create that picot. Chain 4, go back into the first chain, and then you're going to do 4 more double crochets. From there, you're going to skip the first set of twins, go into the next set of twins with a single crochet, and then from here, you're going to skip and go into the next set of twins and do the regular shell that we have been working on, which is 3 double crochets. So I have 3 double crochets there. And then in the fourth one, we're going to create a picot. So do your double crochet, chain 4, then go back into the first chain, draw up a loop and slip, and then go back into the stitch and do 3 more double crochets. So that's 1, that's 2, and then that's 3. And that's what it's looking like. Okay, so that's the corner. So from here, we're going to skip and then go into the next set of twins and do a single crochet, just like that. Okay, so continue on with this, and just for good measure, I will meet you at the next corner. Okay, friends, so I'm at the next corner for good measure, and from what you can see here, we followed the pattern. Okay, so shell, skip, single crochet, skip, shell, so on and so forth. And I am landing here with 2 twins left, and I still have yet to do a single crochet. So we need to make sure that there is a spare twin that we do not go in. So these are off limits. You cannot go into those at all right, because of the shell. So what I'm doing here is a little unorthodox, but it's the only way that we can do it, is I'm going to go right into the next twin and do a single crochet. Okay, so just this one time, as you finish the side, if you need to, go right on ahead and do a single crochet in the twin before the end. Again, these corner twins are off limits. You need to make sure that they stay empty so that your corner can be worked uninterrupted. Okay? So, from here, we're going to build our next corner. So we're going to go in and do 4 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now our 5th double crochet will have the picot on top. So double crochet, chain 4, go back in to the first chain, draw up a loop, slip to close, and then we're going to do 4 more double crochets on the other side. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we have it. And then now what we need to do is skip the first set of twins and go into the second set of twins here, go right in between and do a single crochet to balance it out. And that's what it's looking like. Okay, so from here we're going to carry on. We're going to skip this set of twins here and go into this set of twins, and what we're going to do is do our 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. In the 4th one, we're going to put a picot on top, so that's the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go back into that first chain, draw up a loop, slip to close, and then we're going to go ahead and do 3 more double crochets after the picot. It's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And from there, we're going to skip this twin and go into this twin and do a single crochet. Okay, so that is the gist of it. Continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of round number 52. Okay friends, so I'm at the end of round number 52, and what we need to do now is skip the next set of twins, go into the second set here with a single crochet, and then from here we're going to jump right into the corner. We're going to go ahead and do 4 double crochets. It's 1, it's 2, 3, and 4. And then now we're going to do a 5th one. Oops. It's a 5th double crochet, and then we're going to do a picot here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go into the first chain, draw up a loop, slip to close, and then now we're going to join to the very top chain here. Draw up a loop and slip to close, and then from here we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to cut a tail, pull the hook away from our work, just like that, and then we're going to take these last 2 chains and push down into the work, just like that. Okay, let me get a darning needle, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my needle in tow here. So the first half of this corner was the beginning, which is this, and then this part here is the end. So let's take care of the end first. Let's yarn over the eye of the needle, feed it through, then go onto the back side here and go in between the stitches here, just like that. There we go. And let's go back in another direction. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and trim that off. And now let's sew in the tail from the beginning. No rhyme, no reason, I'm just going in like that, and then I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to trim that. Okay, so there we have it. So my friends, this concludes the Spring Crochet Along for what I'm calling the Spring Things Throw. Super nice. 52 rounds, 5 weeks, many stitches. It's a huge stitch sampler spring throw. I really hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, please give me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I'd love to have you. And of course, hit that notification bell to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. And until the next one, friends, that is it. Take care. Bye.